Hello everyone, hope you are all having a blessed day. Today I want to talk about keeping perspective of the divine when you're going through hard times. When we lose perspective of who we are and the grander picture of our own lives, we can really get caught up in weeds. We can get caught up in doubts. We can get caught up in neuroticisms, and it isn't helpful. It isn't helpful. We need to see our life as a bigger story, as a bigger picture, and that in any story, in any book, there's always going to be negatives and hard times, and times that test you, times that mold you. And if we lose sight of that bigger picture in the midst of those struggles that we go through, we lose our power. We lose our internal power. So, stay as what you are, as pure consciousness. Make that your highest virtue. Make that your highest aspiration, is to seek the divinity in life, to recognize the divinity within you that's always here, and to do your absolute best with whatever life gives you. So there's like 6 squirrels on the road right now. Jesus. It's mating season. To do your best with what life throws at you. And we expect that our lives are just going to be great, that our lives are just going to be easy, that our lives are just going to go smoothly the way we want it. But God, or the source, the universe, the pure awareness, it does not abide with the personal wants, with your personal wants. You're not always going to get what you want, and the universe is going to make sure of that. And the universe is going to put things in front of you that are going to make you have to confront your preconceived ideas, your desires. And it is only through extreme hardship that a man or a woman can grow, can be forged by fire. Because without fire, you are soft. Without actually being tested, you're soft. But in the hardest of times, if you do not keep your eyes on God, if you do not keep your eyes on the divinity inside of you, you will get crushed. You will get crushed. Either crushed by depression, or crushed by a lack of awareness, crushed by living a life of slavery. Because even if you have it all, even if you have everything you want, money, status, fame, relationships, if you are not awake to the truth, if you do not allow things to be as they are, you are always going to be a slave, because you are unconscious and you are just simply abiding by the programs that you unconsciously are buying into. So it is my thought that freedom must be beyond everything else. Freedom and truth must be our highest aspirations. Because without them, we're just a slave. And without them, we don't know who we are. And we're easily crumbled by things not going the way we want to. Because even if you get everything, it can all fall in a moment. It can all fall in a moment. And when it does, if you're not ready for it, you're going to crumble. You're going to crumble with it. So we must live as consciousness, taking one step at a time by faith, but ultimately always recognizing that misfortune is on the horizon. You cannot escape this life without misfortune. You cannot escape this life without havoc. And the more we expect havoc and recognize that it is a part of life, the better off we are, the better off we're going to be. Not anticipating havoc, but expecting that it will be there at some point. Because you can expect havoc and just be a pessimist. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying live with the truth, but take steps forward regardless. Don't be a nihilist pessimist who just thinks there's no meaning to anything and that you just don't need to do anything. You don't need to push yourself or strive for anything because it's all going to fall. You're going to die anyway. That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting recognize that bad shit's going to happen, but move forward anyway. And when that bad stuff happens that you don't expect, you're going to be ready for it. And ultimately, what you truly are as consciousness, if you reside and abide in your awareness, you cannot be destroyed. You have the power to overcome anything. To overcome anything. You have that power. And that power is lost when we allow ourselves to fall out of consciousness, when we allow ourselves to be pulled in by the chaos of our own minds. That's when we fall. People don't kill themselves when they are conscious. People do not kill themselves when they are sitting with the divinity within themselves. People kill themselves. People do horrific things. People do shame-worthy things when they are lost. And they are lost because they have forgotten that divinity within themselves. I hope this is really resonating with some of you guys. I hope that this is touching the hearts of some of you. And sometimes it feels like you've just fully forgotten it. You've fully forgotten the awareness within, and you've fallen back. And sometimes it feels like there's nothing that you can do, nothing that you can do to come out of it. But I strongly suggest that this is false. That in an instant you can remember who you are. And that you do have the courage to sit with what is, no matter how empty or painful it may be. And the more darkness you can sit with, the more darkness you are capable of dealing with, the more light you are capable of expressing also. Because how can a person truly love another when they have not experienced the immense struggles within their own self. If you cannot relate to what other people are going through, the darkness that they're experiencing, then you cannot relate to another person. You cannot relate to another being. You cannot fully love them for who they are. You cannot. So see that this is all a play, and that the darkness is not necessarily bad as we describe it, but it is necessary. It is necessary for our growth, for us to remember the greatness inside of ourselves, to allow us the mental muscle to not lose ourselves in what happens. It is a test. It is a grand test by God. We are all going to die one day. We are all going to die one day, and it is up to us to remember that. And to allow it to fuel us, to put everything in perspective. All little occurrences, or all occurrences that we deem so important, become tiny when you remember that you're going to die one day. It all gets put into perspective. So remember the divinity within yourself. Remember that larger perspective of your life, that this is a story that is unfolding for your growth, that nothing can topple you. Nothing. And you can get through everything. And that if you expect all things that could happen to happen, you're better off. And to step forward in your life without fear, to step forward one step at a time with faith that things are all playing out for you. And to be untoppable, to be powerful. That's it for today, guys. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. I hope you have an awakened rest of your day. I hope you live in the moment and experience everything fully. I will see you in the next video. Okay, I love you all.